All right, what I want to talk about is weight transfer and what I call the point of impact position. In Tai Chi, it's important to understand exactly how your weight transfers and where your body structure has to be when you make impact and all the things that have to integrate to get to that point. I'm going to use brush the knee as an example. If I've already stepped out and my weight's still back, I'm on my heel here, my foot has not come down yet. I want to have everything loaded up and ready to explode towards the target. And a lot of brush the knee positions will start from up here. My outlook on it is this is the beginning of brush the knee. I want to have the hand start to move here, maybe not at full speed, but it's starting to generate speed here, and it moves on a smooth arc, kind of like a car coming onto the on-ramp. Instead of making a 90-degree turn to get on the highway, it gets an opportunity to come around an arc. So my hand leaves from up here, and as I step out, it's circling down. I get it down so it's pretty close to my hip position, and my right hip is loaded all the way back here, and my weight is structured over my right foot. My weight's just lightly tapped here at this point. Now from here, what I'm going to try and get into this is the drive off of this thigh, the rotation of my back hip into the target. So that all has to happen together so that the thigh pushes, the hip rotates, and I still stop when this shin is perpendicular. I don't want this to happen to me, so I'll be overweighted at that point, and it also means that my weight transfer has started to move downward. So if I was to graph how the strike is moving, the strike and brush the knee is moving forward and slightly up. So I would not want to have my weight going here, which is forward obviously, and then from here it's starting to transfer downward. So then if you graph the weight, it's doing this, and the strike's doing that. I want to have them on the same line graph-wise. So I have the hip rotation, I have the drive with the thigh, I have the hand building up speed here, shoulder obviously coming down, the elbow being down, and being tight to my body so that I'm not separating the arm from the rest of my body. If the elbow's up, obviously I'm only going to be able to push with my arm. And then I also add on to that, obviously you're going to have some push with the tricep itself, and I add in a spinning motion with my wrist, and a turn, a little pop, so I get this, I get the spin, I get this push, I get the hip, I get the thigh, so I have my weight moving, the hip rotation, the power out of my thigh, the power from my arm and chest and shoulder pushing forward, and the spin and rotation with my palm. And I'm going to want to, if I'm all the way back here and I hit, I'm too extended at that point. At that point I'm going to have my arm's too far out. Here, I can hit okay, but it would be a little bit too close. I want to make sure this strike happens right there, so it's pretty much even with my toe. And I'm coming slightly upward. And an important thing is, all the strikes, any form, is that the hand does not create the weapon before the last possible millisecond before strike. In other words, I don't put my hand into the locked, wrist open, all the way back position, and then push it towards target. Because for this to be a strong, powerful weapon impact, this has to be strong, it has to be tense. And if I do this, then this hand's going to be slow. By having the hand here and relaxed and it's spinning and popping, I not only get the speed of that, but I also have the extra power that adds into it.